How do you say goodbye to your financial planner? How do you say goodbye to your broker? This was actually a comment that I received today by Brand Factory Media. And I thought I'd make a video. He asked me to do a video on it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And it didn't really dawn on me how actually important this is. Listen, guys, welcome to the Independent Investor Channel. My name is Ryan. I talk all the time on this channel about really empowering one investor at a time through self-managed investing. And, you know, I talk about that all the time, and it really didn't dawn on me. You know, a lot of people are already involved in the market in a lot of different ways. You know, very few people, except for my younger audience, is really just looking to get involved for the first time. A lot of folks, you know, may have took a similar path that I did, and maybe they're involved or have been involved with multiple brokerage houses like I did, and I'm really hearing out new methods of investing. And if you're going to take that leap of faith and end up breaking away from the financial planner, guys, you know, I want you to be educated in that decision. You know, sometimes my message gets misconstrued that I'm down on financial planners and I'm down on compensation, okay? That's not entirely true. I think a lot of my financial education has come, you know, from the 4 brokerage houses that I've been involved with in my life. But, you know, in retrospect, a lot of what I learned from being involved with financial planners is that, you know, the client doesn't always end up being at the forefront of the decisions as to why certain decisions are made. And just by nature of the fee structures that are involved with the financial planners, I think a lot of people just choose to be naive about those fees. And I think if they were really confronted with the impact of those fees, I really think that that would make a huge difference, you know, on justifying. And I know there's a lot of people out there who know the stock market better than me. I mean, I've been investing for 25 years, but I know there's folks out there. There was one comment that I read today that they felt like they had lost faith in the knowledge that their financial planner had, you know, in having their best interest in mind, guys. And if you like your relationship with your doctor, if you don't trust your doctor to take care of your health, then how in the hell are you going to trust your financial planner if you don't trust them, right? It just doesn't make any sense, all right? So Brand Factory hit me up and he was like, man, just throw down a video real quick on how it is that I can, you know, break away from my financial planner, or what do I do? I don't know what to do. It's uncomfortable, right? It's like breaking up with somebody, all right? You get that uncomfortable feeling, you know, because, you know, a lot of these folks are just trying to earn a living. They're trying to do what's best for them. The problem that I got into is that I had been investing for a long time, and I only got to sit down with my financial planner 2 times a year, okay? And I needed more access to the market. I was paying attention to my accounts every single day, and I needed more flexibility to be able to maneuver those accounts. I was getting into single stock trading, and it was way too much trouble for me to call the broker and arrange the trade. It was just a pain in the rear. And once I started to kind of really focus in on the fees, one particular trade that I remember was on Duke Energy, of all things. I invested in the stock. It was $50 to enter the position, and at the time I was naive to the fees. I didn't understand. But $50 to enter the trade, and because I had made a $1,700 profit off of the trade, they took $300 when I ended up trading out of the position. So $350 was just one example of a transaction that I was responsible for generating. I was responsible for making the recommendation. I was responsible for the entire trade, but they ended up taking $350 of that money. And there was a lot of those things toward the end of my career with financial planners that I really started to pay attention to. And that's the management fees, some of the fine print. I do videos on all this stuff, guys. And if you want some entertaining content, go back and watch my financial planner fees exposed, where I talk about the details of the 43 pages of disclosures that nobody ever reads, okay? They just want to be naive to them and then just realize that down the line it's cost them, you know, so much money over the course of that time frame. And financial planners don't do amortized schedules for you, so you really don't know. So when you look at a 2 or 3% AUM or an assets under management fee, it doesn't look that bad. I'm okay with it, right? You just kind of, it's fine. It's part of the business, right? And you just sweep it under the table. And my point is, over 40 or 50 years, guys, that can be an extremely damaging decision when you reach retirement age and you look back over your portfolio and it has not performed the way that it was set up to perform with an anticipated rate of return, all right? So in answering Brand Factory's question, you know, there's going to be some uncomfort there, okay? But I will go back and I will get really to the essence of his question. What he was saying was, you know, it's kind of uncomfortable because I've been with this person for quite some time. I identify, you know, that they've got a 2% management fee. I don't like it, but what is he going to say when I go in there and try to shake his hand and say thank you, but no thank you? I'm going on my own. And I think it's safe to anticipate that they're going to try to keep you in-house, first of all, okay? Let me tell you what went down in my particular meeting. I actually called specifically to sit down with my financial planner. Great guy, father, husband, you know, 2 awesome kids, you know. I actually considered the guy a friend of mine, okay? At the end of the day, guys, business is business, all right? And when I went in to talk to him, I was actually a little bit emotional, you know, because this guy had spent time with me. He had spent time getting to know me, getting to know my family, getting to know what it is that I was able to disclose to him with regard to my financial life, you know, and get a holistic picture of my program. And I really felt like he had a vested interest in me. The problem really existed, guys, okay, during a lot of different negotiations when I was sitting down with the planner, where he just looked across at the table with me and did one of these and says, I'm bound by the fee structure, you know? When I wanted to set my accounts up for dollar cost averaging and there was a $5.75 fee attached to each one of those transactions, when I would ask why, I never really received a good answer. Or when I wanted to get into single stock trading, right, which he's the broker that actually turned me on to that and let me know that, yes, I could trade stock within my Roth IRA account. I had no idea, and he turned me on to the idea, which really got me thinking. That was actually my exit strategy, you know, down the line, is that when I started getting into single stock allocation along with other diversified assets within my account, that the $50 entrance and exit fees, you know, were just becoming so cumbersome. And there were a few times that I would go in there and say, geez, $50, you know, what's the best could you eliminate some of these? And he's the best that we could do is reduce the fee down to $34, you know. And I'm thinking, geez Louise, $34. I'm the one that did all the work, you know, in researching and making the decision to enter into the position. And here I am, I'm paying, you know, a $34 entry fee and a $34 exit fee, right? In retrospect, guys, that was bananas, right? I don't miss it a bit because now I trade for free, okay? I don't pay a dime, you know, to enter and exit into positions. I keep all the profit. If I make a good trade, it's on me. I keep everything. I don't share it with anybody. And I don't have assets under management percentages chewing away at my portfolio either. By the end of the meeting, honestly, he looked at me and he shook my hand and he said, really, it's been an honor to know you. I appreciate it, but you have graduated past this. There's nothing more that I can do for you. And he said, you know something? He said, I wish you all the luck in the world because, man, you need to do this for yourself. And I know there's people out there who need to do that for themselves as well. They just need to hear somebody tell them that they're ready, you know? And you're not going to be 100% ready to enter into this realm of investing on your own. Guys, you're going to learn and you're going to evolve. And yes, you're going to make mistakes, all right? but you're also going to have successes as well, all right? You cannot be naive about entering the market and not thinking that there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, all right? But you have to trust your instinct, and you really have to trust those validations that folks like me are putting out there with regard to why you need to take a hard look at your current situation and what those decisions are going to mean for you, right? So just in response to the Brand Factory Media, thank you so much for your commentary today. I really appreciated it. You know, you're one of the new guys that have come across to the Independent Investor channel, and I really hope that, you know, this kind of comes across to you and kind of answers your question, you know, on setting up that business meeting, man. Going in there expecting that they're going to try to keep you in-house, and that's fine, you know, but the benefits of the self-managed investor program just far exceed, you know, what you can get with a financial planner. And a lot of people think that, you know, if it provides you some sort of competitive edge or it provides you some sort of strategic advantage, right, and that they're somehow magically working behind the scenes for you guys, they're not. They're not. And I'll be the first to tell you, nobody's going to work harder for your money than you are. Nobody's going to have your risk tolerance, an accurate risk tolerance identified. You just need to know how to identify those things. You guys are going to know what's in your budget. You're going to know what you're comfortable with, all right? And as soon as you put yourself to that test and decision making, guys, you're not going to realize your full potential, guys, and just being naive about your financial situation is not good enough to me as an explanation to really maximize your profits going forward. So I really hope this kind of answers the question of how to say goodbye to your broker. I hope this helps a lot. And I just wanted to offer really my testimonial on how I did it. And I really have never been so liberated since that day. And, you know, I thank all the financial planners out there that really have, you know, built me up over time, guys. But in closing, the investment landscape is changing, okay? We do not have to default to old school ideals about having to go in and seek our direct connection to the market through the services of a financial planner. We do not need to do that anymore, guys. That is a way of the past. And what also can be looked at as a thing of the past is having to put up with frivolous management fees, assets under management, you know, contribution fees, dollar cost averaging fees. Guys, you can do away with every bit of that, guys. There is a new wave of investing coming through, and it's with the self-managed investor program. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please leave your commentary at the bottom, as I do respond in detail, as many of you can attest to. I really put my heart and soul into those responses for you guys. For you guys that are new to the channel and have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified of future videos that I put online. If you know anybody out there that's new to the investing landscape and you're intrigued by some of the comments that are made on the Independent Investor channel, guys, please share that link with anybody out there. Hit the thumbs up to support the channel. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck in your investment future.